We miss college football.
Milrose stands in. He throws into the end zone.
He caught it.
It's caught by Isaiah Bond in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
We can't wait for the 2024 season.
Hands it off to Edwards, who will bounce it outside. Got him at 40. Got him at 30. Donovan Edwards is in the clear. His second touchdown run of the ball game. This time from 46 yards. And Michigan has taken a 13-3 lead on the second touchdown of the night from the man who was not tripping.
And we're counting down the days to kick off.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
I said no.
Are we there yet?
What's wrong with your ears?
Here is your college football fix, only on the Zach Gelb Show.
70 days away until Kansas kicks off its football season up against Lindenwood. And now joining us is the head coach of the Kansas Jayhawks, who's done a sensational job in his first 3 seasons. And that is Lance Leipold. You know, from 2010 to 2020, Kansas only had 21 wins in football. Lance Leipold got there, and they have 17 wins. They were 2-10 in year 1, 6-7 in year 2, and last season had a sensational year going 9-4. And Coach Leipold's kind enough to join us right now. Coach, thanks for the time. Appreciate it. How you been?
I'm doing well, Zach. How are you? It's a pleasure to be with you.
Well, I'm doing fantastic, and I really appreciate you coming on. So I'll ask you a simple question out of the gate, but I know it's not so simple, and it speaks to really what your staff has brought to Kansas. But how the heck have you turned around Kansas from when you first got onto campus to now being a team with some high expectations this year?
Well, we're really proud of what's been able to transpire in a short period of time, and you have to give credit to our assistant coaches and our players. We inherited a very young football team, and we kind of went through the growing pains, but they we're able to build trust, and they saw some light at the end of the tunnel, and we've been able to really, in this new environment, retain a roster. We had under 10 guys leave through the portal, and we're going to have a large senior class, about 30 seniors. And I think those are some kind of really some blessings for us that we're able to kind of go about it. We arrived in May of 2021, right after Travis Goff was appointed as athletic director, and so fortunate to work with him and Chancellor Doug Girard. And it's really been about the best alignment from top to bottom that I've ever really been a part of. And for us to be on the same page and invest in this program has really kind of helped us sustain. And we're excited to get this thing kicked off in the next couple months.
I'm a graduate of Temple University, so I saw what Matt Rule was able to do. And in his first season as the head coach at Temple, they only had 2 wins, but the team just looked different, and there was a belief. Did you see the belief? Did you see the buy-in? I know there's so much change now, like you talked about in college football, but did you see that buy-in right away in year 1?
Well, there are some things culturally that we found. If we were down 17 at half, which is always tough, but just the lack of confidence that this program had was really tough. And I think it's been well documented. We're able to get an upset win down in Austin, Texas, that I really think, kind of was a shot in the arm for this program of confidence of being able towards the end of a season. We're 1-8, and we go down there, and could have been pretty easy just to play it out and try to look forward. We'd only been there 5 months as a staff. We could all say, yeah, it's going to get better, but that group kept working to get better. And I think the trust was starting to happen. We started to get some confidence. We lost the last 2 in some close games, but those games, and really through Jalen Daniels at quarterback, really catapulted us into an off season that this program could get better, and it has.
We all know how sensational your quarterback is, Jalen Daniels, as right now Lance Leipold's here with us, the head coach at Kansas. We know he struggled to stay on the field at times because of different injuries. Last year it was the back. Where is he right now as you get set for a season to kick off in about 70 days?
Yeah, Jalen Daniels is doing everything that everyone else in the program is doing in the summer program. He's on par to and on course to be right there for training camp. We expect him to be fully ready to go from day one, and we're excited. It's been a bumpy road for Jalen, but he is such a quality young man, and he's been a great teammate throughout this. Kind of going through it, and I don't know, it's a lot of guys would have cracked, and he keeps kind of fighting through it. He's there for his teammates when he's not available to play, and I guess there's a spot in my heart that not just for this team's sake or anything, but for him, I'm really pulling for him that he can really put it all together and really show the country what he's all about for 12 regular season games.
Do you guys kind of draw a little inspiration from the story of Michael Penix Jr.? Just wondering, because he was in like a similar spot. I know he had to transfer and wind up at Washington, but he was a guy that was defined by injuries. And then really the last 2 seasons, he was as good of a quarterback as anybody in college football when he was finally able to stay healthy.
I haven't given that a lot of thought, but it's a good comparison and things that could happen. It's just been so unfortunate that I don't know, we just kind of focus what's happening here. But yeah, I think there's a chance for somebody like him to really take off and show much like Penix did and when he was reunited with Kalen DeBoer.
We all know what he's capable of on the field. Like, that's not a question to people. It's just, can he stay healthy? So, like, when you have stuff like that go down, I think the mental health part of it and how you keep the spirits up is a big part of the conversation that sometimes doesn't get talked about. So as a coach that loves the player for not only what he could do on the field, but obviously knowing who he is as a man and a young adult, like, what was kind of your message to him as he got ready to go through this offseason with all the ups and downs and everything that surrounds him in the conversation?
Yeah, when you're around him and you see his smile and how he goes about it and with his teammates and things, you're just inspired about his positivity. It's more through the bumps when talking either to his family or providing the right availability for the professionals that he may want to bounce things off, because it's not easy to walk in the building every day when you're not able to go and people aren't asking you why and all those different things. So it's easy to say in these situations, as good a player as Jalen Daniels is, he's a better person and he's really fun to be around. And he's been an inspiration in a lot of different ways for this program. And like I said, I'm just anxious to see him back out there.
And if he could stay healthy through this year, you got a pretty special 1-2 punch in that backfield with not only your quarterback, but then Devin Neal, who's been with the program for a while. And, man, he keeps on getting better and better and putting up big-time seasons, Coach.
Yeah, he does. And, again, another quality young man that, when you're looking to we're fortunate as coaches step into this situation here, but he was a true freshman at the time. But to watch him work and grow and become such a steady player, but he's born and raised right here in Lawrence, and he's been loyal to this community and university, and he's definitely been impactful on and off the field for us to build this program. And he's really ready to kind of take it another step as well. So, yeah, you're right. It's a 1-2 punch, and we're excited about him and really all the surrounding talent that we have at the skill positions on the offense side of the ball.
And then you look at the defense. We talk about the 1-2 punch on offense. Man, in your secondary, you got a great 1-2 punch that those are definitely going to be 2 kids that are going to be ready to be in the NFL this time next year, it feels like.
Yeah, again, Kobe Bryant's been one that's been a first team All Big 12 performer the last 2 seasons. An extreme competitor, not the biggest guy, but he's physical. He's great ball skills and anticipation. Mello Dotson, I think from the last, probably 2/3 of the season played as well as anybody. And again, those guys have played a lot of football for us, and they went through those growing pains as freshmen in the 2-10 season, and now now they're kind of crafty veterans. So we're excited about them. We've got some questions that we got to keep answering and probably use through rotations of things in the front 7. But I think, again, there's enough experience along the line that we have a chance, again, to be very good over there.
Wrap it up with Lance Leipold, the head coach at Kansas. They've been sensational under his tutelage the last few seasons. So Andy was with you for a long time, obviously. Now he's the OC at Penn State. Jeff Grimes comes in. Everything I read is that the offense is going to look similar. You're not going to notice that much different. How different is the offense going to be from last year to this year from a scheme standpoint?
Yeah, I don't think you'll see us line up in the wishbone or anything when, yeah, and first of all, Andy Kolnicki did an outstanding job. I've been fortunate as a head coach. Andy was here for 11 years. I mean, and Brian Borland will be going on year 18 as the defensive coordinator. So to have that kind of continuity at those positions was definitely a big plus for us every step along the way. But great respect for Jeff Grimes when he was at Baylor. I can remember we came into this league. We were picked 10th, they were picked 9th. They win the Big 12, and again, Jeff knows the talent of what he's stepping into in the surrounding pieces. And that was part of the interview process, is that we don't want to vary too much from what we're doing and what has made us successful. And at the same time, I know he's going to put his stamp on it as well. It should make us even better. And I'm excited about him being our offensive coordinator.
Obviously, you want the big expectations because it means your program's in a big spot. But, there's talk about winning a Big 12 championship this year. There's talk with the playoff going to 12, with you guys being in the mix for that. How do you kind of sense if your guys can handle the spotlight and the more attention that naturally comes with those big expectations?
Yeah, great question, because it's, and from my chair, it's something I kind of try to balance. I want this team to be proud of how far it's come and how it's been mentioned. I want that to build confidence because they've gone out and earned that. At the same time, it can't lead to complacency because our conference, everybody always says it across the board, but when you really watch, the matchups in this conference will be as equal as anywhere in the country, and there's going to be a lot of tough games on this schedule. So though that's flattering in June and July, you've got to be able to go to work each and every day in the off season and be ready in camp. Otherwise, you're gonna have a big letdown. So it's a balance, but I'm excited that it's sure better than what it used to be. That's for sure. When you start talking about preseason expectations of this program, and I think. One is from the head coach position, I've got to learn to handle and make sure we're on course. But it's exciting times. Our university, our chancellor, our athletic director, we're in the phase 1, which is $450 million of redoing our football facility and a portion of our stadium, with another phase to come. And people question about if Kansas was going to be serious about football. And I think our administration, fans, and alums have stepped up to help us take the necessary steps.
And I only got a minute and a half left, Coach, but it's cool that you stayed. If you would have left, everyone would have I would have understood it. You're a big name, well-respected coach now in college football, but it's neat that you ended up staying. How tough of a decision was that for you?
Very easy, because it's about fits, not about logos. My wife and I and family are extremely happy here. We've been treated well, and we have unfinished business. And you got to have faith and trust that you're going to be put in the right places at the right time. And we certainly were. And though sometimes your name can be mentioned for certain things, it doesn't always mean that they're factual or if it's even the right fit. So we're excited. We're locked in and we're ready to go.
Coach, good luck. Appreciate it. It's been awesome to see what you've been able to do the last few years at Kansas. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Great to be with you again. Rock Chalk.